I grew up on a quiet cul-de-sac in western Pennsylvania, the kind of neighborhood where everyone mowed their lawns on Saturday mornings and waved when they drove past. Our next-door neighbor, Mr. Cole, had lived there longer than anyone. He was retired, polite, and always seemed to be outside sweeping his porch, watering plants, trimming the same hedge for the 100th time. When I was a kid, my parents said he just liked keeping busy. When I was 16, I started noticing that every time I left for school, he was already out front. And when I came home, he'd still be there, standing at the edge of his yard, smiling like he'd been waiting. One afternoon, I came home early after practice. His curtains were half closed, but I could see the glow of a camera flash inside his living room aimed right toward my house. I mentioned it to my mom, but she brushed it off. "He's probably just into photography," she said. A week later, my parents went out of town and left me in charge. That night, around 11 p.m., I took the trash to the curb. Across the street, Mr. Cole's porch light flicked on. He was standing there, wearing a bathrobe, perfectly still. "Everything okay?" I called out. He smiled too wide and said, "Just making sure you got home safe." Then the porch light went off again. He went inside, locked every door, and tried to laugh it off. Around 2 a.m., I woke to a faint clicking noise, not from inside the house outside. I pulled the curtain back just an inch and froze. Mr. Cole was standing at the edge of my driveway with a camera pressed to his face. The flash went off once, twice. Then he turned and walked back toward his house. The next morning, Primetta told my dad. He went next door furious, but came back looking pale. Mr. Cole's daughter had answered the door. She said her father passed away the previous week, and 3 days before I saw him outside. I didn't believe it until she showed us his obituary. That night, out of some morbid curiosity, I looked out my window one last time. Across the street, every light in his house was off except one. The upstairs window glowed faintly, and behind the curtain I saw that same silhouette, standing there, facing my room. I shut the blinds and moved out 6 months later. The house has been empty ever since. But sometimes, when I drive through that old neighborhood, I swear I still see a tiny flicker of light in Mr. Cole's window, like a camera flash in the dark.